signal. I don't know if the radio show went off or not.
Oh, we couldn't tell because we couldn't listen to it.
Right. Go.
Hello, Las Vegas. This is Rolando Larraz with Feeley Tribune. If you have nothing to hide, if you have nothing to worry about, you can face the Tribune. But if you do, you better off not facing the Tribune. Today, my co-host, Feeley, and I'm going to start by, first of all, I like to say that I always tell the truth. Always tell the truth. Even when I lie, I tell the truth. So I want you to know that. And I believe that the media, the mainstream media, and the wire services are proving me right again by lying about articles that appear in the newspaper, in the local paper. You see, people said the Las Vegas newspaper. I said that, I explained that yesterday. Las Vegas newspaper, there is many Las Vegas newspaper. I'm talking about the daily paper. And they talk about the largest circulation, the only large circulation in Las Vegas, which is not true because Las Vegas Sun has the same exact circulation.
But is that only on Sundays? No, it isn't
every day, every day, and that's it is.
So they split the circulation in a way.
I guess they both print the same amount of papers. That's all I know.
Right.
Because one go inside the other one. So unless the Review Journal is lying to the Las Vegas Sun and only put them in 50 papers. Because one go inside the. What is that?
How it's working. Anyway, so my point is really there's only one newspaper that, let's say the RJ, just to use a word, and the Sun is included with the RJ. So it's really.
So it's two
not
newspapers.
Really, well, I guess, but they come together.
Right.
So
the circulation is the same.
Exactly the same.
Exactly the same. That's why I'm trying to explain to the people and with the little newspaper on Bonanza Road. Don't lie to your readers. Don't
what are
write
they saying that's a lie?
That they are the only largest newspaper in They're not the only largest newspaper. Or they say the largest, they don't say the only. The largest newspaper in Las Vegas. When you said the largest something, the bigger, it doesn't mean nobody's bigger than you, nobody's is larger than you, nobody has more paper than you. That's what I call the EST at the end of the word. So, but anyway, that's not what I'm saying. What I'm saying is they keep saying that Donald Trump is losing, and Donald Trump is not losing. He is the front runner. He is ahead of everybody else. So what is why
his campaign is in turmoil also because he hired this expert, I guess he's being claimed, on convention type stuff that they're going to go to in July. He hired one of the top experts on that. So the headlines of all the media is Trump campaign in turmoil because they hired somebody. How's that turmoil?
I wish I can have the money to hire somebody.
Well, you're going to be blamed for being in turmoil.
Yeah.
You know, I mean, it's just everything is just got a spin to it. Yeah. Everything is spun to their agenda, and it's false.
Ted Cruz was on some TV show this morning. I forgot which show was. I think it was CBS this morning or something.
And
talking about the same thing that he's talking about, about Donald Trump and his wife and this
And he
and
gave money to Schumer and Clinton. Forgets to say that he also gave him
he
$5,000.
gave him money. Donald Trump gave money to everybody. That's why
But Cruz
he
doesn't say that. He just mentions the Democrats. He never mentions the other people, the Republicans that he gave money to.
yeah.
He doesn't even mention himself. And
I
he got
think he
$5,000.
even gave money to Marco Rubio.
Yeah, he did.
He did?
Yeah, back when he was running for the Senate,
Yeah.
back in the Florida election.
But he didn't give money when he was running for president,
No.
right?
Well, I don't think so.
Oh. So anyway,
He
Going
could have
back-
before he announced. I don't know how the announcements came. But I could see Trump before he announced that he was running, and Rubio announced he was running. I could see him giving him money because he hadn't decided to run yet.
yeah, right.
You know, I don't know. I'm just speculating.
Yeah, that could be the problem too. You know, I tell you, I went to court today. I had the pleasure to be in George Kephardt's courtroom. I got the pleasure to. I had to thank him for allowing me to speak in his courtroom during the case that I was watching, and allow me to let him know then the defendant in the case has come over here and threatened me and abused me physically, not sexually. I just I wanted to thank Josh Kephart for allowing me to speak and remind him, even though the guy tried to make me look like a liar saying that he's not in probation, he is in probation. I got the paperwork for the Nevada parole and probation. I got the information. He's on parole until June of this year. So I don't understand why he lied, but
He's a liar. What else you need to know? Proof's in the pudding.
yeah, okay. But I mean, it's obvious.
That kid was on the witness stand and he lied and lied and lied and lied.
And you
through his
witnessed
teeth.
that.
And during the trial.
Oh,
He lied like crazy. And I have it on
well,
tape.
some people. What is that?
Sean, no idea. There's nothing on. How do I stop this?
That's your son? That's your son interfering with my
Probably
radio show?
Somebody just went back buying a black van with a thing circling on the top.
Oh, okay.
They're
Okay, so,
trying to silence us.
yeah.
Because we talk the truth and they don't want the
They've
truth.
been trying to silence me for 19 years, 18
Well, when are they
years.
gonna give up? I'm getting tired about this.
They trying to silence me for 18 years. And
I've
every
never
time-
seen a court of law. You know, I always thought it my fault, I guess, for realizing or hoping that the American system meant something. I always thought one thing always came out in a court case, the truth. Eventually, they always got to the truth. I don't see that happening in Nevada. I do not see the truth at all, ever.
Well, I told you
The lawyers get up there and lie through their teeth. The
that.
judges misrepresent facts.
I told
They
you that
distort the
from day
things.
one.
It's unbelievable.
I told you that from day one when I told you the court system in this town is corrupted. It is completely corrupted. There's nothing else I can
Well,
say.
you know, I come from the Perry Mason days. I guess that's my fault. And I believed in the United States court system.
Well,
That the truth always has to come out.
I'm not that old.
Yeah, and then
Who is Perry Mason?
he was a lawyer on
Oh,
TV.
really?
TV lawyer. He always won. He never lost a case.
I thought it was Maglock, the one that doesn't lose.
Well, he never lost a case either, but he came after Perry Mason.
Oh, really?
Perry Mason
So
taught him
Maglock
everything.
is younger than Perry Mason?
Yeah, yeah. Matlock is Andy Griffith,
Yeah, I know.
the Opie's dad.
Uh-huh. Yeah. So, I guess we're gonna have to wait until Donald Trump become president so we can get the, justice. because
Well, there's justice to me, from what I've witnessed, is in absolutely deplorable shape, and it's gonna take a miracle and a lot of work to get it straightened out. Because it's destroyed. The people that operate within the system are totally incompetent. They're not educated to the law. It's like kind of like it's been so destroyed and convoluted up that if you went to a doctor, for an example, and you had a problem with your brain, you wouldn't go to a heart surgeon, would you? But when you go to the court of law, you randomly get your judge appointed to hear your case. Now, your case may have nothing to do with the judge's experience. They don't go by that. They just pick a number out of a hat, and then that's your judge. But what if the judge doesn't know dick about what's going
well,
on?
that's exactly what I was trying to tell
Now you have
Judge
incompetence.
Barker the other day
Guilt
when
and
he was here.
incompetence.
You know, I don't think it's necessarily that you have to have a specialty court for everything, but maybe he was right, maybe you're right too. You need to have people that have experience in one particular issue, then they can listen to those.
You need competency. Now, like the judge today, Gephardt, when he comes out right off the get-go, just sits right down, and right away, he says that our motion that we made back in January or November, no, back in November, is moot. Because I had an appeal on a case that had to do with a completely different trust. So he comes out today and says, our motion is moot. The appellate court had nothing to do with our motion. So that's a height of incompetency. He's saying something's moot and it's not even relevant. It blows my mind how little knowledge these people have. And what they're doing probably is they're listening to one side of the case, and they're not listening impartially to both sides. So their mind's being distorted. And you can't make a good decision when you're distorted either, because you don't know the facts. And this guy's obviously never known the facts. When he makes a statement to me, you have to understand something. All lawyers need to be paid. Well, let's back up a second. Does that mean lawyers that took a case on a contingency and lost, they need to be paid? Where's that written?
Did he let you say that?
No, but where's that written?
No, but I'm asking you, did he let you say that in court? Did he
No,
allow
but
you to speak?
he said all lawyers need to be paid.
Right,
He made the statement.
and then you ask,
What my point is that you can't make a statement like that. If you're a judge, that's a statement that makes no sense on the whole principle of the statement. It's totally nonsensical because it's not true. What he just said, all lawyers need to be paid, is not true.
Yeah.
Now you can ask the point. How about a lawyer on another? Well, in that case, then you lied. Then not all lawyers need to be paid. And in this particular case, one of the lawyers in the court wasn't even in the case. He was just somebody that got brought in from outside that was sitting in the hallway, and he was awarding them fees. I mean, incompetency is just rampant, and there's no oversight. If you're not a competent judge, you don't have a grasp of the facts. Who says, wait a minute, judge, you know what you're talking about? No lawyer's going to ask the judge that, because the judge is going to throw him out of court, or he's going to rule against them, so you can't make a living. The whole court system doesn't work, because all the lawyers swim around in the same pool as all the judges, and they have to feed off the little fishes that swim into the tank, the poor defendants and the poor plaintiffs that swim into the cesspool. They're going to get eaten up and spit out. And all the lawyers and all the sharks are swimming around together, waiting for the next plaintiff and the next defendant to show up with a pocket full of money so they can rip it off. That's the whole system. How's it ever going to work?
I have no idea. I tell you, I never seen a case like this. I've seen a lot of cases, but I never seen a case like this. It's a complete mess.
Well,
This case, I don't know. if this case ever going to be. And I realize, watching so many cases, I realized in a case, either civil or criminal, uh, one of the parties are going to be unhappy with the result, and that is normal. But this case, it have no end, no end, because I told you from since I started writing these articles, I believe the judge kept her have been listening to the wrong people. I believe that he, in the beginning, he trying to be loyal and faithful to George Earl and trying to cover up George Earl's mistakes. And he got deeper and deeper and deeper on the SHIT because Judge Gebhardt wanted to be faithful to Judge Earl, and that's what happened. That's my personal opinion.
Well, but still, the
He's being
faithfulness,
brainwashed. He's being brainwashed by the defendant team,
yeah.
not by
why-
the plaintiff.
Why is that being done is because the defense has no money to pay their lawyers and never have. So all the money is coming from an out-of-state trust that these lawyers cannot be paid from an out-of-state trust. But all lawyers have to be paid. So the judge is going right along with the defense lawyers who have to be paid according to the judge, and they're making rulings paying these lawyers. And they can't do that because it's not legal. Each state has their own sovereignty when it comes to property. And you cannot control another state's property, period. Especially property held in trust. Can't be done. So Judge Gephardt can be loyal all he wants, but when somebody makes a fatal mistake, at some point,
He's gonna have to realize that he's been lied to. He's been misled. That's what it is. He probably wanted to be.
okay, well, how about let's go the extra mile and say, okay, Judge Gephardt, the light goes off in your brain, and you go, oh, I see what's going on here. These lawyers are lying to me because they're trying to get paid. Okay, well, I can understand that. That's why you've been lying, because you want to get paid. But the problem is, I cannot pay you because I cannot do this legally, because it's an out-of-state trust, and I can't award money from an out-of-state spendthrift trust. So I'm sorry, as much as I'd even like to pay you, so you can turn around and contribute to my campaign, in this instance, I'm sorry, I can't pay you.
Yeah.
That's what it's going to come down to. Now, whether he ever makes that speech or not, I don't know. Because my goal right now is to just get the money that's made to me in the one trust that's sitting in the bank. Judge Earl awarded that to me 3 years ago, and I haven't got the money. And I want that money because it's sitting here in Nevada. I want that money. Now, there's another $500,000 sitting here in Nevada, but it's not legal money, so I want nothing to do with it because it was stolen by a fraudulent order that Judge Earl signed saying the cashier's check was lost. That's not lost and never has been lost. And it was a complete fabricated lie so that the court was complicit in stealing money from an out-of-state trust. That's what happened. The court stole money to pay their lawyers. That's the bottom line of this case. That can't be done. It's illegal.
The one with the money, right? The one with the money.
Yeah, the real estate trust. He dictated in his order that he made here over my sister stealing money from the money trust to award fees, legal fees, against the real estate trust, which has different owners.
When did you say that George is coming to town?
A judge is coming to town?
George.
Oh, I don't know. He'll tell you next week and then he doesn't show up or whatever.
Oh,
I don't know. But I have his number, so I can always get a hold of him.
yeah, I guess so.
That lawyer of Foreman's was trying to get something done against Aaron today by saying that he's threatening the trustee.
Yes,
But at least
me
Gephardt,
too.
didn't go for that and say, well, you're talking about something that's probably premature. You gotta wait for him to do something first. And a little crap he read from that email is not a threat. It's a joke. Aaron says, I hope to see you in jail someday. Well, yeah, he does. Because he stole $600,000 from our trust. So yeah, I hope to see you in jail. Why? Because you broke the law.
Yeah.
How about that?
That's true. So, but what else is, let's go back to the normal course of life.
What?
And let's go back to reality. The court system in this town is just a nightmare. So let's go back to daytime reality. Do you hear anything about the what do you call that? The caucus that they have last Saturday, or the convention?
I don't really know any more than what we talked about the other day, but there's supposed to be a couple people that are gonna call me and come in and do a show that were there and report on what actually went down and what happened. And I'm not sure, I'm clear, I've heard so many conflicting stories, I don't know what happened. But there's a lot of stuff happening that doesn't sound right to me.
And it happened too in Colorado because
Well, Colorado's ridiculous.
some woman was in TV yesterday or day before yesterday talking, and the woman said there was nobody in Colorado voted. So how Cruz have all the votes?
Because they gave to him.
I don't understand. That's what the woman said. I don't understand. And
The Colorado voters have been disenfranchised, it's called.
yeah.
They have not got to vote in the primary. Now, the primary is rather important because that has something to do with who runs for president, who gets the nomination for the job. Isn't that important? That's almost as equally important as voting for the president. It's a preliminary step, and you're taking away the right of the people. And that's what's being done because let's face it, the parties are losing power. And they're just flexing their muscles and trying to somehow restore their power. And to do that, they have to take away the will of the people. Because the will of the people is the way it is right now because the Republican Party and the Democrat Party have both taken away the rights of the people. This is no longer an issue for the people to decide. And we need to get that back. All the Republicans put into Congress, they elected the Congress in 2010, I think it was, and changed from Democrat back to Republican. And then in 2012, they got the Republicans back in control of the Senate. So the voters did their job.
2014, right?
No, 12. During the last presidential election. They lost the Senate too.
Yeah, that was in November 2014.
Well, the Congress changed hands in 10, because Obama got elected in 8, so they changed back to the Republicans in 10, and I thought the next election cycle would have been 12, wouldn't it?
I'm not sure, but I thought that was in 2014.
Well, it might have been.
And they took over on January 2015.
Maybe the 12 election, you might be right. Maybe the Republicans voted too short of the
But
majority.
you could
but
be
they
right
took the
because
majority.
let me tell you why. The president ended on January 2017. So 16 is the last, 2000, 12, you're right. 2012. And his 4-year term ends on December 2016. Yeah, yeah, that's what it is. It's 4-year term, right? So I was wrong for the first time.
I'm not sure, I think,
Yeah, he's finishing his term in 2016. The other Donald Trump is taking taking this
January of 17.
January 20, 2017.
But I think the Senate majority may have gone in 14.
Yeah,
So the Congress went in 2010.
yeah,
In 2012, I think the Democrats might have kept hold of the majority, but then they lost it in 14.
yeah. So that's what happened. And in the meantime, we can keep going. You know, I just got some paperwork from a campaign manager that has. No, I'm not going to talk about that. I can't talk about that. That's going to be a hit parade. And I like to save that for my winning hand. Yeah. But I talked to a judge today. Then I'm not going to mention name right now because I have a lot of respect for her. But that she is David Thomas' client, and she wanted me to write an article about her. And I said, I don't know if your campaign manager will let me write a good article about you. And she said, the hell with him. You can write anything. I'm the boss. I said, yes, I hear that many times. I remember when Judge Sullivan told me, I'm the boss. I pay him. He worked for me. But she never answered my emails after that. She never did anything that could make it easy for her to show up in my radio show. And I lost a, I lost a friend because I like Diane Sullivan a lot. I think she's doing a good job. But I also believe that the judges that are controlled by David Thomas are not allowed to have a mind of their own. They don't have a mind of their own. And that's what bothers me. They are controlled by him, they are outpowered by him. And that's very, uh, very bad thing to do. You know, you cannot control a judge. Then he doesn't have, he cannot make rules on their own. You know, so I'm gonna start with that now. You know, you got this lady Harmony Leticia. She's using, she's a public defender. She is, she's a public defender. She's using uh, David Thomas to win the election, and her father is also a campaign manager for other elected officials. So now you can tell me if it's possible to be fair when you got two gorillas attacking you and you want to follow the law and you wanted to do the right thing. And that's what bothers me. That's why I cannot support. The only judge that I believe then we'll do the right thing regardless of who the campaign manager is a justice court judge, can't remember her name now. She used David Thomas as a campaign manager, but she was not, she was not, she didn't allow the police to control her, and I don't think she would allow a campaign manager to control her either. So I don't know. It is what is the phrase that your friend Hillary Clinton used?
In what regards?
Wall to wall. What do you call
Oh, comprehensive.
comprehensive?
That's their favorite word. All politicians love that word.
Comprehensive.
Comprehensive this, comprehensive that.
I can't believe that.
I like it as it refers to immigration, comprehensive immigrant. How many times have we heard Obama? Everybody, comprehensive.
But
What
you
it
know
means is wall to wall.
what? That's right.
Right, so we'll build the wall.
That's right. But you know what really bothers me is these people, and I'm not just talking about the Mexicans, but the Mexicans are the ones that has been fooled more times than any other nationality. For 8 years, 7.5 years, excuse me, 7.5 years, both candidates, Barack Obama and Hillary Clinton, are promising these people an immigration reform. Why they haven't had it yet? Why?
Because they only talk about it when it's election time.
Right.
They never
And
do
because,
anything about
and
it.
it's very simple. The president have nothing to do with changing the law in immigration. All they gotta do is to enforce the law, not to create any more laws. But the president don't do laws. President don't make laws. The Congress make the law. The Senate make the law. The president do not. I keep telling people that the president supposed to be a decorated figure, and the government is like a symbolic person, and there to pretend to be the head of the president is nothing without the support and the and the endorsement of the Senate and the Congress. That's the way I look at it. That's the executive branch, but it's very difficult to make people to understand that. I don't understand. I don't understand why people have such a difficult time to understanding that. It's simple as that.
Well, when you have a president that's just signing these executive orders left and right, like Obama, he's making he's making law from the executive office. That's why they get confused. He just does whatever he wants to do. Releases prisoners from Gitmo all on his own.
And I was reading that article in the daily paper, then about the polls. All polls shows that people don't like Donald Trump. And I'm writing that in the newspaper that is coming out tomorrow, Wednesday. You know, I don't know where they did the polls. They probably used the Obama family, the Clinton family, the Joe Biden family, the socialist communist members, and for them to say, no, I don't like Trump, I don't like Trump, I don't like Trump. Because I don't believe that the people of this country will be happy with a socialist, communist government.
Well, I would hope not, jeez.
Maybe I'm too naive, but I think that that's the way it is.
Well, it's like the polls where Hillary beats all the Republican candidates. Well, how is a poll like that even out there at the moment? Because A, she's not the nominee. None of the Republicans are the nominee yet. So how do you come out with a poll that she would beat A, B, C, and D? Who's answering that question? It's a complete hypothetical. And when you have a candidate that might be nominated like Trump, who hasn't even started campaigning against Clinton yet, yeah, a poll could be anything. Who knows? Let Trump have at her for a while. See what happens. She's going to go down like Walker, like Perry,
The paper said
Bush, like everybody else that's taken on Trump.
the paper says 7 out of 10 people believe. So I figured then it would be the Obama family, the Clinton family, the Biden family, the Sanders family, Ted Cruz
Well, they only
family.
had to ask 10, right? That's all they had to ask was 10, right?
Yeah, Ted Cruz family,
Said 7 out of 10. So.
and yeah.
Maybe they got on the phone and called the Sun.
Oh, I forgot
And
to.
asked the
I
people over
forgot
there.
to mention Jerry. What's his name? The Secretary of State.
Now it's John Kerry.
John
Jerry.
Kerry.
You called him Jerry. You put John and Kerry together.
Yeah,
You
John
call him
Kerry.
Jerry.
John Kerry. I call him.
I call him Lurch.
I can call him something else too, but I'm in a good mood because
Jerry, I'm going, who's Jerry? Oh, it's John and Kerry put together.
I'm
That's
in a good mood because I
That's
went
good.
over and even though I was not really too welcome in the courtroom of Judge Kephart, I was not invited into chamber or anything like always, but I'm in a good mood. He let me talk. That's what I wanted. He let me talk. And that's one thing I had to say about him. You know, one time I was defending the wrong person. I was defending the wrong person, and I was attacking him. And still, when I invite him to do my radio show, he came over to do the radio show. He's not afraid to face the Tribune. And
Well,
that's
he
why
needs to get online with the truth. And when a guy doesn't know the truth, someone needs to tell him the truth.
it's a shame that he cannot talk on the radio.
That's the problem. Because he can't be told the truth.
No, it's just that he cannot talk about an open case. That's why I have not invited him.
Somebody's talking to him.
Oh yeah, but that is called ex parte.
Right.
That's called,
One-sided ex parte is
that
supposed
is
to be
ex-
unethical.
that's
It's supposed to
it's
be
illegal.
unethical.
Illegal.
Okay. Illegal. Well,
Illegal.
he's doing that. Because he comes
It
out.
looks like it.
Yeah, what do you mean looks like it?
Well, I don't have
He
any
makes up
proof.
his mind right out of the box.
I don't have any proof.
Well, I have proof
I
because
am-
what comes out of his mouth comes out of the defense lawyer's mouth.
I am like you.
I'm
You.
the
I tell the
antagonist.
truth and nothing but the truth. And if somebody asks me, I will have to tell the truth. You know, and that's exactly what it is. I know how honest you are. I know how perfect you are. And when you are talking, I believe everything you said is the truth because you only tell the truth. And if somebody asks you, you're gonna have to tell the truth, But that makes me nervous, very, very nervous. But what can I tell you?
Don't be afraid of the truth, like your opening statement.
Yeah, no, I'm not afraid.
You can always face the Tribune. Well, we want the truth around here, that's all.
Yeah, that's it. So, and the other races locally, Michelle Fiore said she autographed that magazine that she put out. I think it's, I don't know if it's weekly or monthly or every 6 months or every election time. I don't know.
When do those primaries, if that's what they are, come off?
I think it's in June.
June, yeah. So
June.
that's when all those races heat up, and then the elections in November, like everything else, right?
But she autographed that magazine for me. She said, Rolando, what the heck are you doing? And the people that don't realize, then I know Michelle Fiore, I know that she's saying, why are you attacking me? Why are you telling people? Because she's not ready to be a congresswoman. She's way above her head. You know, I told her before when she had the audacity to run against Shirley Berkeley, then it was at one time, the most popular congresswoman in the whole history of Nevada. And I told her, well, Robert List told me I need to run and he's going to support me. And Robert List never support her, never did anything for her, nothing at all, you know. And
Would that help if Robin Leach supported you?
Robert List, what do you mean Robert List? Robert List.
Oh, Robin List. I thought you were talking about the lifestyles of the rich and famous guy.
No.
I go, what would that do for
Oh,
you?
she would love to have Robert List
Oh, okay.
supporting her, you know. But
I couldn't get the connection.
you know, I'm saying she's doing a good job in the assembly. Is she assembly or senate?
Assembly, I think.
I think it's assembly. Why jump from
Might be
assembly?
Senate.
Why jump from assembly to Congress? Stay there, or I think she's been there 3 terms now, 6 years. Okay, fine. Run for Senate. She's doing a good job. She's fighting the right fight. She picked the right fight to fight. So stay there and do your job here and let the people ask you. Don't let your campaign manager, oh, I'm sorry, she's not the campaign manager. She is the grandmother that do public relations for her. Okay, that's what it is. I I got surprises for you and Victoria Seaman and your public relation manager and everything else. I have a big surprise. Big surprise. I hope I can keep my mouth shut for a while. But I believe that she should leave the Congress for people that play in the big league. She's not in the big league yet. She's making a name for herself. She's very popular. People like her. People trust her. But she cannot go to Washington.
Well, you got a community organizer named Barack Obama that went to Washington right directly from being a nobody,
months.
an assemblyman, I think he was in Chicago.
Yeah,
He went
2
right-
months Senate.
He went right to the Senate. He bypassed everything, went to the Senate, and then went to president. So you talk about a rocket ship to stardom.
But he did a good job.
No.
He's not doing a good job.
Oh, so
He
that's
was not prepared for that.
oh, so
He
there you
was
go.
not prepared
Well,
for it. He's not.
He, first of all, he's a socialist, Marxist, communist. So he would never be right for the job, no matter how much experience he had.
Yeah, not in the United States anyway.
No, that's right. He could run for maybe Cuba.
Yeah,
Maybe go down there and take over from Fidel.
Cuba, Venezuela.
Raul, his buddy Raul.
Yeah,
That's
they
what he's
don't.
fit
They don't
for.
even like him there. For
Yeah.
them to have the audacity to call the United States president using the N word, it
And then they
is.
don't even greet him at the airport. What did he have going on that day, Raul? Was he so busy? What was he
He
picking
got a
up shells on
boyfriend.
the
He
beach?
got a boyfriend.
Oh.
He got a boyfriend on the.
Oh. Yeah, I figured he was too busy sweeping the beach or something, or whatever duties the president of Cuba does.
Yeah.
He's got what, like 30 people that live down there? No, I guess it's several million, but they all make a whopping $20 a month on average is their income.
Yeah.
$250 a year.
I don't know. That was too many years back. But my mother was a teacher, and she made $80 a month. Can you imagine how anybody
Yeah,
can?
but wasn't that in the good days
Yeah.
before Castro?
I know.
So they had a good economy back then. So
I
now
know,
what do
but
you think?
$80 a month for
Well,
the
but
teacher
that's in the
salary?
50s,
Eh?
50s or 60s.
No, not 60s.
50s.
40s and 50s.
Oh, well, 400 a month was a pretty decent salary starting out of, when I got out of college, that was a
400,
decent.
but not 100.
But
Not even
I'm
100.
talking about US salary.
Yeah,
So,
unbelievable. But of course, I remember when a pack of cigarette cost 25 cents. Yeah, and a bottle of Pepsi Cola cost 5 cents. You know,
and you gotta, well, I guess.
a
speaking of-
carton of cigarette, a carton of Chesterfield. Do they still have Chesterfield?
I don't know, I don't, never smoke, but. I
You never
have-
smoke,
No.
Clark?
My parents smoked, that was enough for me,
Yeah.
sitting in the back of the car, coughing my
Puffing.
lungs out. Oh, God, terrible.
Anyway, a carton of cigarette cost $2.50.
What year?
1953, 54,
And what is it,
55.
20 packages or something to a
10,
carton?
10.
10 to a carton?
Yeah.
So
It's about 25 cents.
25 cents a package, and how many cigarettes in a package?
20.
So they were a little over a penny a piece, a cigarette.
Yeah.
And now what are they?
No. 2 pennies.
Well,
2.5 pennies. 2.5
20.
pennies is 10 cigarettes. Yeah, it's 25 cents. I used to sell the cigarette for 5 cents.
Just a cigarette.
One cigarette, 5 cents. So I get 50 cents for a box, for a pack of cigarettes.
Did they have a tax stamp on it?
No, you asking too many questions.
Okay.
You asking too many questions. No, but I tell you, I believe that the packet American cigarettes in Cuba legally and the cigarette stand, I think it was about 35 cents, 40 cents maybe. I
So
don't
do they
know.
raise tobacco in Cuba?
They
Well,
say-
yeah, cigars. Duh.
Yeah.
Hello.
Yeah, but I used to buy the packs, the carton of cigarettes and the chips. The chips, they come to the port. What do you call that? Ship, right?
Yeah, I guess. Yeah,
SHIP?
shit.
Ship.
They were importing cigarettes, or
No, the merchant marines and everything from here.
so you sold them cigarettes?
No, they bring it to Cuba and I buy it.
Oh, so they were importing in a way cigarettes to Cuba that
With
you were
no
buying.
tax.
Oh no! See, that's what I was asking about the tax stamp. See, and then you turn around and sell them. The old okay.
But I got a statute of limitation on that.
Oh, okay.
That's and besides, it's a different country too.
Oh, okay.
I
Wow.
was
All
there.
right, Mr. Legality. All right.
Yeah.
You're sneaking by on a legality.
Yeah. Well, a
I've
lot
heard
of
about
people
that.
do that. Lawyers do that all the time.
Yeah.
Technicality, it's unbelievable how they manufacture lies.
Yeah. The whole system's corrupt.
But I don't think Donald Trump can fix that.
Well, what it is policy decisions and a leadership position from top to bottom that permeates legalities. We're gonna go by the law. Wouldn't that be refreshing? Because that's not what we're doing right now. So let's start a policy that the United States Constitution means something, and let's uphold it. That's all that really needs to be done. But when you have a policy of disarray and lying, when the President of the United States goes on TV and lies to the American people, what kind of country do you have?
Why you didn't, I'm sorry to change the subject for a minute, only for a minute. Why you didn't offer those lawyers over there today to use our conference room? Do they feel uncomfortable by using our conference room?
Why would I want them anywhere near this place?
I don't know.
We talk the truth over here.
I
You'd
know.
ruin the reputation of the entire building if you brought those people in here. All
No,
they are liars.
no, because we
And
have
distortionists.
everything we talk here is in tape.
No, that's true.
You know, that's what
That-
they won't come over here.
They would never come a million
No.
miles.
No, they won't come over here.
They're
You know.
snakes.
And but anyway, going back to
I thought Gephardt, I mean, I don't like the guy really because he's so out of touch with reality. But to offer the courtroom, I thought was a gesture that they probably don't give to too many people.
no,
You know?
no, I think he really want to finish with.
Well, good. He needs to know the truth.
He need to finish the case.
Well, he needs to know the truth.
And you maybe talk to your lawyer, your attorney, not your lawyer.
Well,
I'm talking about your attorney, Bob Luke, and maybe he can take Kephardt's word and don't go to the other place. Don't go to the enemy's place. I don't care how many years they know each other.
and how do you know that's not bugged?
What, the court?
No, the other place.
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm getting at. They should have, we should do it in the courtroom. And then
think
the
you're
judge is controlling the tape,
Right.
you know?
And then maybe he'll listen to it and hear the truth.
Right. I think Bob Looks need to tell him, I say, Judge, I think the best thing is to do it on the, you know, I have the utmost respect for Mr. Gobiella, but in reality, I believe that.
See, why do they say that? That's what I don't get. I don't get that.
What?
Because Kobe Yeager, in his last submittal to the court, said that I sued my mother's grandchildren to get their interest away from them. That's what he said. That's a fucking lie. Sorry to say, that's an out and out lie. That guy is a specious, despicable lawyer, and he's doing all this, lying to my beneficiaries, my relatives, to get money for himself. He's a lying, despicable attorney. That's what he is. And I'll tell him that right to his face.
Okay. With that tone, if you're gonna scare me like that, I'm gonna finish the show.
Oh, okay.
Thank you very much for listening. Thank you for putting up with me. I'm catching a call. Then I got it from
Again?
and I believe then I need to thank you for putting up with me today.